Alright, you're welcome. If you're just joining us, this is still Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. Right here today, we're dissecting few irregularities and few issues that pertain to the APC and the few members of the APC that have made different inciting statements over time that has arose sort of sanctions and sort of a kind of people's reaction, Nigerians' reactions, and so on and so forth. First of all, we'll start with a neutral person. We all know one Bayo Onanuga. Bayo Onanuga is a journalist, and then he's also the co-founder of the news magazine. And he was appointed the MD, the managing director of the news agency of Nigeria. Bayo Onanuga has been a good supporter of the APC, although in a neutral position, and also a supporter of Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu since or right from his announcement as the president-elect a fortnight ago. I'm going to read few tweets that came up from Bayo Onanuga. First of all, throwback tweets about the dealings of Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, and then I will still analyze and then link it to his present statements on this same man, and then we'll see if these newsmen or these MDs belonging to these news channels are really leading us to the right direction in Nigeria. As the managing director of the News Nigeria, as you can see on your screen, Bayo Onanuga, of course, he must have sanctioned the publishing of this particular article. As you can see on your screen, I read, it says Tinubu's lies. Okay, what else is he hiding from you? All right, now from that write-up, he said, although he is directing it to what Ahmed Tinubu alleged, okay, to have been his source of wealth during the early 90s, and the response that was given as a result of that particular statement. Let me read it. The news said, "How did you get into Mobile?" That was an interview between Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu and the news, okay. How did you get into Mobile? Now, his response, Bola Tinubu's response was, "At Deloitte and Touche, I chose to travel more than 80% of my working years there," according to Tinubu. "When I returned to the United States, my employers gave me a huge bonus, which instantly turned me into a millionaire." This was Bola Tinubu's response when asked what his source of wealth was. Now, the news went further to ask, how much was that? How much was this bonus? And Tinubu replied, the bonus was $850,000 before taxes, according to Tinubu. This article was published by the news, and the news is under this same Bayo Onanuga. Now, forward to the response that Deloitte gave to this particular assertion or this particular claim that Tinubu made. Now, Deloitte responded. Deloitte is a company in the US. It responded by saying, Deloitte response on still this same article, as you can see on your screen. It said, "We received a subpoena dated September 16, 2022, seeking employment records for Bola Ahmed Tinubu." Do you understand me? Now, going forward, to the response Deloitte gave. They said, "Please be advised that we have no record of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in our systems, and as such, we have no employment records for them." That means he never worked with Deloitte and Touche, and he claimed that his bonuses or the source of his wealth came from Deloitte and Touche. This was, of course, published by the news under this same Bayo Onanuga. Now, forward to some days back, after the elections, Bayo Onanuga is now expecting Nigerians to purge this information away from their brains and from their minds, and then still stick to this same person who is now the president-elect. Let me read a tweet that was brought out from his own personal handle, and it was published by the Gazette. Now, he said, "Tinubu's drug business was over 10 years ago. As you can see on your screen, he can be president now," according to Bayo Onanuga. How does it work? How does that work? Of course, the Nigerian Constitution has said it over and over again. No ex-convict can govern the people. No ex-convict can be head of states. All right. that is that about that particular update. I still have something still on the APC, and then we have, of course, we all know that Gani Fawomi, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria and also a lawyer, once had this notion about Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, and then he came out on an old newspaper. As you can see on your screen, he said the Tinubu story, the source under threat, according to Gani Fawomi. Now, he said Tinubu is a criminal. He deserves 10 years in jail. This newspaper was published many years ago. The name of this newspaper is called The Source. All right. Now, forward to many years, still in the same throwback newspaper, another one called Newswatch says, and I quote Gani Fawomi, he is a lawyer, if you know Gani Fawomi very well. Now, he said, why Tinubu must go. In this article, Gani Fawomi published a lot of information about Tinubu's drug trafficking, purported and alleged drug trafficking activities and money laundering activities. Now, forward to the next APC member we're going to be talking about. We've been speaking on Femi Fani-Kayode for a very long while now, and still on Femi Fani-Kayode, I have a lot of things that are pointing to the fact that this particular man is not so pure as he has portrayed himself to be over time. What am I trying to say? He is part of the APC members and also one spokesperson of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. He has come out alongside Festus Keyamo to tell all Nigerians to desist from political bigotry, ethnic bigotry, and so on and so forth. But do you know that Femi Fani-Kayode is not a saint after all? Of course, nobody is a saint in this world. But as regards to all these admonishments he has done over time, Femi Fani-Kayode is actually an ethnic bigot. He's actually a political bigot, and so on and so forth. We are not making allegations. We are talking from facts. I'm going to show you a video, first of all, about Femi Fani-Kayode. After watching this video, when we come back, I will give you more information on why there are conclusions that he is a political bigot and he has practiced ethnic bigotry and ethnic marginalization over time. Watch this.
Let me put it to you in slightly more graphic terms. Since you asked, APC was like a beautiful woman that you saw. You have a beautiful lady on this show right now. It's like a beautiful woman. And you look at her, you feel attracted to her, you say, well, that's a beautiful woman, let me get close to her. It provides an alternative. You get close to the woman, you touch her hair, she smiles at you, you see her teeth, and suddenly you smell her breath, and the breath is absolutely awful, and it almost causes you to faint. You look at her hands, you find that she has long talons, you find she's got blood on her hands, you find that she has questions to answer, and you say, goodness me, this is not what I banked on. I only looked at it from the outside. I've been on the inside. Regardless of what anybody says, I'm not happy with what I saw, and I chose to exercise my right to move away. I never questioned somebody like the former Vice President Atiku, who changed parties 4 times in the space of 5 years. I never questioned Buhari. I never questioned Tinubu, who are enemies before politically they're now together. I never questioned so many others that chose to leave their other parties to join other parties. I always assume the best in people. Why should anybody question my own motives, and why should anybody lay aspersions on my character? But it really doesn't matter to me what anybody thinks. The most important thing is that we join hands to try our best to ensure that those that seek to destabilize this country for political reasons in order to get this Southern Christian out of power.
Now, you've watched that video and you heard all what Femi Fani-Kayode said there. Is that an example of an ethnic bigot? What is he doing now? He is still pitching his tent with the same people he abhorred Nigerians from associating with. He is still pitching his tent with the same party he never wanted to be recognized or identified with. That is aside. Let me tell you, or let me give you a brief of one of his tweets or one of his statements over time. First of all, in a particular news, he made a statement like, as you can see on your screen, he said, as long as Jesus sits on the throne, Tinubu won't be president. This was Femi Fani-Kayode's tweet in 2019, and it resurfaced amid his criticisms about Peter Obi. Now, next, let's forward to what he said over time. And now, Femi Fani-Kayode has come out to throw backlashes on the APC over and over again. All right. Now, there is something going on right now because Femi Fani-Kayode is under sanctions from the US government. He made a statement a few days ago, and this statement read thus. According to Sahara reporters, As you can see on your screen, the statement was like, "We will make Nigeria ungovernable if Labour Party (PDP) attempt to stop Tinubu's swearing in," according to Femi Fani Kayode. Now, this is an incitement. This statement is inciting, and it is very, very wrong of anyone who is a politician, of someone who is a lawyer and who is supposed to uphold the law. All right. Now, the U.S. government or the British government, I beg your pardon, have made a straight a sanction to Femi Fani Kayode, and it has come out to say that it has faulted Femi Fani Kayode over inciting comments, and also the same UK government is saying there are 5 to 10 other people with anti-democratic behaviors that are on its watch list. This is so strong, and it is a form of sanction to this same Femi Fani Kayode. Now, fearlessly, Femi Fani Kayode came out to condemn what the UK government said. All right. Now, Femi Fani Kayode in his tweet said that Nigeria stopped being a British colony 63 years ago, and we need no lessons from them on how to run our affairs or conduct our politics. That is a response he gave to the UK government for trying to indict him or trying to sanction him for these statements that he made, or these inciting statements that he made during the election times. All right. Now, straight to the next tweet, or straight to the next statement by Femi Fani Kayode still. He made a statement, and I am shocked about this particular statement. I know if you're listening right now, you're going to be folding your arms to watch or to listen to the next statement Femi Fani Kayode says. He said, "I would rather die," as you can see on your screen, "I would rather die than join the APC." This was a statement made by Fani Kayode on December 15th, 2019, as you can see. So he has made a lot of statements, and now making or pitching his tent with the APC means he is going back to his vomit. He is still going back to those sect of people that he has insulted and he has thrown backlashes at over time. Still on the APC, I have one member of this same APC that has abhorred any association with the APC in the past, but right now he is a governor under the same party. He has abhorred associations with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but right now he is a governor under the same party, trying to make available comments that would point at the fact that he wants Bola Ahmed Tinubu to still become the president of Nigeria. Talking about Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State. He is from the APC, of course, if you know. And on your screen, you can see a statement he made many years ago, that is on 11th May 2019. He said, "I can't be a running mate to a drug baron or to the most corrupt Nigerian," according to El-Rufai. He was referring to Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu in that statement. These are still people that are eating in the same plate and are gearing to become very influential lawmakers under this same government that is coming in, if need be. All right. Still on the same member of the APC, I told you we're going to be discussing few members of the APC and irregularities surrounding them. Okay. Now, the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Senator Kashim Shettima, once made a statement, and these statements have been following him on around, but people are checking his own conduct over time, checking his personality, and trying to know if he is competent enough to become VP. It's not only Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is under scrutiny here, but Senator Kashim Shettima too, who was once the governor of Borno State, is still under scrutiny. Now listen, a month later, according to the BBC, as you can see on your screen, a tweet from the BBC Africa said, a month later, Kashim Shettima, a candidate for the vice president for the APC, was associated with members of the Islamist militant group Boko Haram. This is a very strong statement. It's coming straight, alleged from the BBC Africa. Now, let us go straight. Why are all these irregularities coming up? It is not because these are political times. It is not because these are hard times. But these allegations are coming up because members of the APC are still throwing allegations at other political party members and telling them or alleging that they are making inciting statements, while they have made more inciting statements that are liable or liable to by law and liable to be to face judgment. All right. So that is not about that particular update. I hope the members of the APC can learn from this and also make sure that they desist from making inciting statements. All right. Still on this case, the presidential election tribunal case, the members of the Nigerian Bar Association have, especially through their president, Mr. Yakubu Chononko Mekiao, has SAN, S-A-N, they have called for the live broadcast of the proceedings of the 2023 presidential election petition tribunal, okay, in the interest of openness, justice, transparency, and trust in the judiciary. This came up earlier today, and we are yet to see if the judiciary would adhere or would listen to the cry of the president of the Nigerian Bar Association and air the presidential election tribunal court hearing publicly and live. That is that on that particular update. We love you, and it's peace out.